Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Randizas. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today's video is going to be a little different. Instead of talking about guides or any gun comparisons, we're going to be talking about the future of Call of Duty and where I believe this franchise needs to go if they are to stay relevant. I love Call of Duty. Obviously, I've been playing it for 12 years now. I have a small YouTube channel based on it. Obviously, I am into the game, but unfortunately, because of this passion for the game, I also have a lot of strong opinions and beliefs on where it should go and where it should head towards. Luckily, over the years, we've seen Activision and all of the different studios trying to find the perfect balance between making a game that they want, making a game that we, the Call of Duty community, wants, and making a game that will make them a boatload of money. I'm also not one of those people that thinks that they should just forget about making money and instead focus on making quality, even though there is a strong argument for that. But instead, I know that the only real reason that they still make these games is because of money. And if they didn't make any money on Call of Duty, then they wouldn't keep developing it. Public companies have a responsibility to make their shareholders as much money as possible. I guess where my concerns lie are how they are catering to their audience. Call of Duty has been on the main stage since roughly 2007 with the release of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I know there's an argument that like Call of Duty 2 and 3 were super popular, and while a lot of people did, play those games, the Call of Duty that we all know and love is only possible because of how Call of Duty 4 shaped the online multiplayer. Then with Modern Warfare 2 and the beginning of the Black Ops franchise, they were becoming more and more popular with every single year. Back then, everybody started playing at the same time. Obviously, you had some OG players that were amazing, like Zergriz, and pretty much anybody from the M40A3 clan, but for the most part, that's when a large majority of people started playing. We were all roughly on the same playing field, so if something annoyed me, it probably annoyed you, and so on and so forth. They had their player base that they wanted to please, and that was it. Unfortunately, like a lot of extremely popular franchises, it almost collapsed onto itself. While they were trying to please their core fan base, they ended up not innovating enough and in turn displeasing their fan base, only to try major innovations and for their core fan base to spit back at them that their game was trash. I know for me personally, where I loved Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 basically felt like a reskin. Now I look back and I see that it's kind of true, except it's a much more balanced game and all around probably a better game. I actually enjoyed Ghosts, even though it is hated among the fans. After that, a lot of fans kind of grew out of the series. Obviously, it was still the best-selling game, but interest slowly fades. We're missing a few sales report here from Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4, and Modern Warfare 2019. Infinite Warfare did not sell well. I know that in the first week it sold 50% less than Black Ops 3 did. Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare 2019, however, set a bunch of new sales records. What that basically means is that after a large chunk of their fans left the series, they realized that they had to either get them back or try to get new fans. And while getting them back was definitely a good thing, the smarter decision is to try to get newer, younger fans interested in the series because they will purchase the games longer and spend more time actually playing the game, especially since all their older fans now have jobs and whatnot. And that's not to say that the older fans haven't come back as well. It's just to say that they've been focusing on getting new fans. People who played and to this day still play Fortnite, the people who play Apex Legends, the people who play Battlefield. Activision wants them to play Call of Duty. They want a kid or an adult who has never played COD for the last 10 years to be able to pick up their game. The problem with that lies in how old the game is. 13 years is a long time, and that's how long people have been playing this game. If you throw in a kid or an adult into a match with me, for example, they're not gonna win. And that's not me saying that I'm good because I'm an above average player at best. It's just that I know how the game works. I know how the guns feel. I will be able to kill them a lot faster than they'll be able to kill me, which is why there's skill-based matchmaking in the game, because there are tons of new players playing the game. Something like 60 million concurrent players in Warzone. It's crazy. You think all those new players will continue to play the game if they can't get a win because a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber keeps killing them? No frickin' way, bro. I actually have a buddy who hasn't played COD in years, and he's able to actually play Warzone and have fun, which is awesome. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm truly glad that he's able to find the same enjoyment that I find with the game But when he plays in my lobbies, it's not even fair. I know that for me, when I was getting back into the game with World War II and Black Ops 4, I would play in my better friends' lobbies and get absolutely wrecked so much to the point that it just wasn't even fun anymore. So skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty isn't necessarily a necessity, but it definitely has a place. The problem lies in the developer's design of maps and the spawn points. There's no hiding the fact that this game's maps make people lose their minds. Even their remastered versions of older, better maps are slightly different, opening up areas for people to mount their gun and sit and wait for you to turn a corner. The competitive side of Call of Duty has said that this is the worst COD ever because it's so much more difficult to predict spawns and control areas of the map. Spawns in Modern Warfare are unpredictable and in some cases even illogical. Maps like Shipment, Shoot House, and Rust have you spawning behind enemies constantly, which just doesn't make any sense. The game is designed to help people that die a lot, get their first kill and get their confidence ups, which again, I will say is fine until you start to upset the very fans that have kept you afloat for all these years. When I play a game, I play to win. I control parts of the map, predict enemy spawns, and where they're going to run so I can win the game. But in this game, it's completely random. There can't be any real competitiveness because most times you can't predict where people will be or spawn. My hope is that they made this game to attract a new fan base, and they will be transitioning those newer players to a more competitive version of Call of Duty in the future. But I fear that they will fall in Fortnite's footsteps of making the game super sweaty for their diehard fans and way too easy for their super casual fans. In conclusion, if Call of Duty wants to survive and thrive, they need to listen to their hardcore fans and create a game that runs well competitively. Because if they don't, their game won't follow where the online multiplayer fan base is headed, which is basically esports and competitiveness, especially with Halo Infinite coming out in December. They're going to want to be able to keep up with esports. I do think that the Call of Duty League is genius, and that's why I think that they're going for that. But really only time will tell. We'll get a better idea when Call of Duty 2020 drops. If it's catered to noobs, then we pretty much know that they're not focusing on us. But if it's even a little bit better for competitive, then we know that they at least have a plan that they're following. Guys, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. This was my first longer commentary, so there for sure are going to be some things that I have to work on, but thank you so much for watching and listening. If you liked the video, like the video. If you loved the video, subscribe down below. And let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with me and why or why not. Peace out.